guys, so today I thought it would be kind of fun. We're going to do a BTS reading today, as I'm sure everybody is all aware. BTS all come back home in a month. It's almost June. It's almost time for the BTS revival. And I'm ready for it. And a lot of people are ready for it. And some K-pop stans are not ready for it. But I thought it'd be fun to do a BTS reading to kind of celebrate the fact that they will be home soon. So I'm not going to do a typical reading. I'm actually going to look further ahead, and I'm kind of interested to see what the very, future for BTS will be. I'm not talking about, as soon as they get out of military. I'll do, videos on, what they plan to do now that they're out of enlistment once they're actually home. But I want to do something that's way further in the future. After BTS, after they're, when it's all said and done, what are their lives going to look like? Are they going to remain in the spotlight in some way? Are some of them going to go on to do film? Are some of them going to go and, continue music forever? Are some of them going to go completely off the map? Who knows? We don't know. And so that's what I'm going to look at today. I'm going to pull for each member. And, if I need clarification, I'll pull clarification on them. But I just kind of want to see. I'm just kind of interested on how their lives are going to be way after the fact. And funnily enough, I've never done a reading like this. A reading that's so far into the future. So I'll be a little interested to see how well I can read that. I've been really wanting to test my own abilities lately. So yeah, what we're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna pull for each member, and we're gonna see what their life is gonna look like post BTS. Because, if BTS ever does, officially disband, it's possible they could be, the first K-pop group to not have an official disbandment. Maybe not the first, but one of the only K-pop groups to not have a disbandment. I could definitely see that being the case. But who knows? That's why I'm going to look, right? Okay. So, as always, it's going to be in fan chant order. So, it'll start with Namjun and then go in age. And let's go ahead and get started. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Well, that just jumped out. Okay. Queen of Cups reversed. That's uncontrolled emotions. I'm gonna keep that there. I don't know if that's relevant, but yeah, that kind of spun out. Weird. Okay, typically, I'm gonna say this, because I feel like I don't talk a whole lot about, how I actually do tarot, and if you want a video that's kind of like a Q&A of how I read tarot, or things like that, just about me and what I do, then let me know, because I will definitely do that. But typically, when cards fall while I'm shuffling, I don't typically pay attention to them. Mainly because I'm very clumsy with cards, and if I read every single card that fell, we would be here for hours and hours and hours. So, I don't like doing that. But I do read them if they do something especially weird. If they flip out in a very weird way. That kind of flipped out in a weird way. So I'm just going to leave that there, and we'll see if there's any relevancy to it. But like I said, I'm going to start with Namjun and then do the rest of the members. Okay, so we have Nam. Oh no. Seokjun. Okay. Yoongi. Okay. Hobie. I'm trying to make sure you can see these well. Jimin. Tayang. And Junkook. Okay. So, right off the bat, I already know I'm going to have to pull clarification for a lot of these. Right off the bat, starting with Namjun. Namjun is the tower. That's like a massive, catastrophic event. Why do I feel like Namjoon's gonna have a breakdown? I know I'm laughing, which tells me it's not like... I see him having like a sort of just meltdown panic. But I am like, I am laughing about it, which tells me that it's not overly serious, but it is the tower, so I really don't know. Again, I'll have to pull clarification on that one. Honestly, I'm a little concerned about the Hyung line here, just a little bit. So, Jin is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is all about friendly competition. So, I see Jen kind of in this state of like, man, why do I feel like they're all kind of still in it? Honestly. I see them even like well into the future still kind of in the K-pop system. It's the Maknae line not as much, which is a little interesting to me. The Hyung line seems still very much involved. So, like, Yoongi is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is coming up with specific plans. So, in Yoongi's future, I see a lot of just planning things out. And whether or not they come to fruition... I see Yoongi almost putting, like, his eggs in multiple baskets and seeing where they lie. So I feel like if any of them were to, like, do other things, like variety shows or, like hosting, I mean, or radio or acting or whatever, funnily enough, I feel like it would be Yoongi, just because I see him having so many different plans in so many directions that he's like, I'm gonna go and do this. And the thing with the Seven of Swords is that it can either be something that's more devious or more like it could be a good thing or a bad thing, essentially. Like what your plans are, it all just kind of depends on how you do it. So I can see like potential for him to kind of go, what's the word I'm thinking of here? Not controversial, but just like I see some of the things that he could do leading to like buzz. Not controversy, buzz. Like attention, I guess, is a better word for it. Hobie is shocking to me because he is the Nine of Wands reversed, which is about stubbornness. I almost see him... The thing with the Nine of Wands is it's a cycle. It's a repeating of cycles. I honestly feel like in the future, Hobie is going to be like... It's almost like he'll want to kind of be out of it completely, but he's too locked in. Does that make sense? Because he's locked into the same, like, cycles, but honestly, to me, it feels like he would rather be out. Oh my gosh, y'all are confusing the fuck out of me. Y'all are confusing the fuck out of me. I'm not gonna lie. The young line, confusing the fuck out of me. The bottom line, I understand. Jimin, satisfied. Satisfied. That's that. I think when it's all said and done, the main thing that Jimin's going to be feeling is satisfaction. And that the wishes in his life, the dreams that he had for his life came true. That's how Jimin's gonna feel. Love that for him. Love that for him. Tayang is the Eight of Wands. That is rapid movement. You set everything up to be successful, and now you just get to sit back and revel in it. That's literally just I did my stuff. I have success for life. I'm good. Right? Just sit back, relax, take the easy life. Junkook's the Ace of Swords. That's about clarity. That's about truth. I think when it's all said and done, Junkook will also, in a similar vein to Jimin and Taeyang a little bit, feel completely satisfied. And I think with Junkook specifically, by the end of everything, he'll understand what the purpose all was. I honestly see Junkook almost getting like a revelation at the end of it all, where he's like, this is kind of the meaning of life. That it feels like opening your eye to like the meaning of life, the purpose of his life, what it all meant. But again, it's so satisfactory. The top line though, I don't know what y'all are doing. Y'all are doing some whack shit. Okay, so let's look into this. We're going to start with Namjun, because good God, pulling the tower for your future is not something you really want to see. Unfortunately. Okay. Namjun, what's going on? Why is the future looking chaotic? Not bad, chaotic. Why is it looking chaotic? I almost see Namjoon being forced to walk away from it. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. I see him, because, okay, Seven of Swords, Hanged Man reverse, that's like an unwillingness to sacrifice yourself. So it's the Six of Wands. I think I said the Seven of Wands. The Six of Wands, that's all about running away. Like, you just have to, like, run. That you have to leave the situation. Right? The Page of Pentacles is almost like exploring the world. That's kind of how I see it. It's a younger energy, a young, youthful energy that wants to explore and wants to learn. And then you have the Hanged Man reversed, which is an unwillingness to let it go. I see Namjoon forced to step away. But why, though? If you don't want to, then why are you? Oh, someone's going to want him to settle down, I think. Because the Judgment card reversed tells me that Namjun is purposely ignoring what he wants to do. Empress reversed. The Nine of Pentacles is reversed. That's like feeling like nothing's ever like good enough. Nam, don't make me sad, bro. Don't make me sad, bro. What is this? Doesn't this card kind of look like Namjoon? Can you guys see that? Doesn't he kind of look like Namjoon? What was it? Is it Butter where he has that kind of shorter blue hair? Let me turn him up right so you can see him. Right? Maybe a little bit? I don't know. Every time I know that card's him anyways, but every time I see it, I think it looks like him too. Well, okay, so here's the thing, right? I don't think, okay, so the issue here is not a fall from grace, right? It's not a fall from popularity. Namjoon's star is still bright, which tells me it's not like, okay, what I'm seeing here is not a case of he has to step down because something bad happens and all the fans like turn on him. That's not it. He still remains in good favor. It's something else wanting him to stay grounded, I guess. It's like, I mean, it's honest to God, it's somebody really pushing him to settle down. And see, we had the Empress reversed and the Emperor reversed. It might, okay, so hear me out. Because initially, I was thinking maybe this is about a girl, right? Because if you watched my relationship reading on BTS, that it was like one of the first videos I posted. Really bad quality. Don't recommend watching it. But if you did watch it, you would know that I said that Namjoon has been in like an on-again, off-again relationship with the same girl for a very, very, very long time. And when I pulled the Empress card and when I started pulling these cards, my first thought was her. But with both the Emperor and the Empress here, and they're both reversed, it feels a little more parental than that. It could be something as simple as having to take care of his parents. You know what I mean? It could be something that is that simple and small that causes him to kind of have to take a step back. And honest to God, step down. It's making him chaotic is the best word I can describe it, because it's a internal pull to want to continue to do things, to want to be in the spotlight, to want to make music and everything, but there is something more more practical, I guess, more real, keeping him from doing that. This would be like if his parents fell ill. Not that I'm wishing that or speaking that into existence, but this would be if his parents got ill and he had to move in to start taking care of them. And because he's taking care of them, he can't do like all the things that he wants to do. Could it still be like a toxic relationship? Sure. But, I don't know. They've been so on again, off again that I feel like Namjoon would just leave her if that was the case, honestly. I think the thing with Namjoon is that his career has gotten in the middle of his relationship with this girl for the entirety that they've been together. And so I feel like this would be nothing new. Unless there's a kid involved. I know Namjoon's talked about wanting kids. Mr. I just bought these baby shoes on a whim. Shut up. We're going to move on to Jen because I'm a little depressed. I'm a little depressed by what I'm seeing with Namjoon. I mean, hold on. Before I do that, actually, I want to look. Let me just ask one question. Will this be temporary? Like, will he, like, be happy in the end? Because that's not, there's a hair. Ew. 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 Because this is all very depressing. And I would like to know if Namjoon has a happy ending. Because I need to know that for my own sanity. And for your guys's. Because, oh my gosh. What the fuck? Where did all this hair come from? Jesus. Okay. I would like to know if Namjoon's going to be happy after all of this. Because this is a lot. And I understand that this is kind of like in the future. But that doesn't mean this is like the end of their life. You know what I mean? This is just like the end of BTS. So. You know what? I do. I think after all... Okay. Here's what I see. I see hard choices. But I'm also seeing burdens being lifted. So there you go. There's that. I'll leave it with that. The King of Wands are being reversed. That just tells me that the energy is shifting. Let's look at Jen. I see Jen fighting. Leave it to Jen, bro. Leave it to Jen, bro, to start to start arguments and to start fighting. The Queen of Pentacles is reversed too. That's kind of interesting. Is that Jen himself? I forgot what card Jen usually represents. Yoongi's the King of Cups. Sometimes he's a Knight of Cups too. Namjoon's the King of Swords. I don't remember what Jen shows up as. With the Seven of Wands here, yeah, that is the Seven of Wands. That tells me that there is a defensiveness to the fighting. There is a defense here. When the Queen of Pentacles is reversed, that's almost like somebody who is very what's the word? Nearsighted. You can't look at the end result. You're only seeing the now. It's a defensive jumping. It's a jumping of conclusions that leads to some sort of argument. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's going to eat him up. Well, here's the thing, right? I see him torn up about it, but I do see the teamwork still staying strong. So I don't think that this is like oh, Jen gets in a fight with them and it breaks BTS up. No, this is more Jen blowing up on somebody out of defense, out of defending something or somebody, feeling really bad about it, and deciding if he should walk away or not. It's a choice. It's a difficult choice, juggling between the two of them. I see Jen very resistant to the changes. The Seven of Wands is like shame. He embarrassed himself. He embarrassed himself. Chariot, that's about like it's a movement. Yeah, I think that the whole thing is just him taking himself out of the equation because he's embarrassed. He jumped to conclusions and he jumped too soon. And that's not really what it was. It's not really what it was. And I think that he had kind of the flight reflex. But all in all, I don't think he necessarily wants to leave. You know what I mean? It's more of like, I feel like I have to now because I embarrassed myself. I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't think that's necessarily true. Because the Three of Pentacles is telling me that, like, the other people are just, like, everybody else is still keeping up, like, the teamwork aspect of it. It's just he himself, like, it's all internal. What was he initially? What did he initially show up as? Five of Wands. Interesting. Oh, shit. Okay, let's look at Yoongi. What you planning, boy? What you planning? What little plans you got going on? Oh, there he is. I told you. The King of Cups or the Knight of Cups. He's one or the other. I see him just in good fortune and happy. And you know what? I couldn't have asked for more. Oh, God. Why did I pull more cards? Oh! Knight of Pentacles, huh? Bow chicken wow. I see somebody tempting him. I think this person, here's what I'll say. Oh, I might have to censor this card. Oops, I didn't realize there was boobies on it. I'll have to censor this card. My bad. So there's like, it's like a player. I see him infatuated. Oh my God, Yoongi. I see him infatuated with somebody that could break his heart. And I'm gonna leave that there. I see him infatuated with somebody that could break his heart. It's a temptation. You know what, Yoongi? I love that for you. You live your messy, toxic ass life. Okay. We're gonna look at Hobie. Hobie was a little concerning. God, I'm running out of cards. If I have to, I can pull from my other deck. I won't have to. I don't think. And okay. Well, I just see him kind of okay. I think Hobie's gonna take a step back. I think he needs to relax. And I think he needs to, like, just kind of get away. Does that make sense? To kind of hide away. Yeah, I think he wants to... Okay, well, see, I knew there would be at least one of them that wants to, like, kind of no longer be in the spotlight. That's Hobie. As shocking as that is, I would not have assumed that Hoseok would have been the one to want that. I would have assumed maybe Tayang or Yoongi. Nope. Nope. I think when it's all said and done, Hobie just kind of wants to live a normal, boring life. To live a normal, boring life. In the best way I can put it. Which is good for him. I mean, I don't see him necessarily unhappy. Just maybe a little emotional. I do know, because that card is more about, like, stubbornness. So I see a want for him to stay and keep doing the same things that he has been doing. And I see him being very firm and being like, no, I need to stop. Well, damn. That, honestly, I would not have expected that. From Hoseok, that's very shocking to me. I feel like Hoseok is always very, very active. I feel like he's very active. And I feel like even, like, right out of, like right after military service, like, he's doing all of these things. He has so many, like, solo projects that he's done. It's just a little shocking to me, but not overly shocking. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave him there. Should I pull a little bit for Jimin, Taeyang, and Jungkook, even though I kind of already know where their life is at? Why not? I already pulled for the other ones, so we'll just do one for each of them. This is Jimin. Oh, look at you with your happy little life and your happy little family and your bunches of kids. Shut up. That's literally, guys, that's literally what this is. This is bunches of options. He's got happily ever after, big happy family, money. I do see Jimin having kids. He's the only one so far that I've seen having kids, actually. Besides maybe Namjun. I think Namjoon's like a question mark. It's hard to tell. Let's look at Tayang. Oh. Okay, yeah, see? I knew it. Taeyang's walking away too. But Taeyang's walking away in a more satisfied way than Hoseok is. I think that Hobie is walking away in a sort of dramatic, I can't take it anymore kind of way. Taeyang's just leaving because he's like, you know what? I did my thing and it's over now, and now I'm just going to live my life. Very respectable. Very respectable. King of Swords, eh? Oh, I said I was only going to do one, but here we go. Oh, I see him almost going back home. I see him almost like nostalgic and wanting to kind of go back to like his roots, to like his childhood. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, let's look at Junkook, and then I'm gonna end this here because this video has been way too long, and I can't keep rambling about BTS forever, even though I could and will, but I shouldn't. All right, Junkook, what's going on, buddy? Oh. Money. It's nothing but money. First of all, assets in place. Money locked. Bank accounts flooded. I do see the Ace of Pentacles is reversed, but that doesn't necessarily mean like money is going. It more so means that opportunities aren't there as much. So I don't see Junkook doing a lot, but I do see his paychecks fat. So that tells me maybe he makes some hits and then dips, right? He gets his bag and leaves. It's very similar to Tayang, but his is much more like he's got money, essentially. I wouldn't be surprised if he like fucked off to like a big mansion. Oh my god. Oh. Well, I'll say this. I see him happy. I see him happy. I see him almost like spiritual in a way. Not like religious, just like in tuned with like spirituality. And I do see him with somebody. I think Jungkook could possibly have kids too. At the very least, he's gonna have like a lifelong partner, which is good for him. He needs it. He needs to stop playing around. Yeah. All right. Well, this has been fun, I think. Wow, Jungkook's rich. Wow, he is rich. I don't know where this Queen of Cups is coming from. Maybe that's Namjoon's partner. I mean, it was right before I was about to pull for him. So, I don't know. But I'm going to leave it there. And if you liked this, then you should subscribe. Also, I just started up a Etsy page where I am going to be selling personalized readings. So, if you would like me to read something about your life or a question that you have, it doesn't necessarily have to be about you. It could be about anything, pop culture, whatever. Then feel free to go over there and put it in if you want like a nice little personalized reading from me. It's only $5. So if you do that, that would be great. But you don't have to, obviously, no pressure at all. But it'll be there in the description if you do want to. And yeah, let me know what other videos you guys would like to see in the comments, and I will get to them. Just probably not anytime soon because I hardly update anymore. I hardly upload anymore. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!